Hi, everybody. This is Andrew here at PressBox Stats. This video, we're going to go through how to enter a roster onto your team. First, in order to enter your roster, you need to be an approved user on your team. So if you're in My Teams, you need to make sure that that team is in your list of teams here, and then you're an approved user on them. So for this tutorial, we're going to use our Disney team out of Orlando, Florida. So if I open this, so you'll see here, I do not need a subscription to add players in my roster or to add games to my schedule. So for this, you could go to your roster, the second tab here, and I already have one player here I entered manually, number 12, Mickey Mouse. And I could add another player as well if I wanted to. Let's go Goofy. I guess Goofy doesn't have a last name, does he? We'll do Donald Duck, jersey number 99, class 2027. Donald Duck's going to be a safety. And then if you want to, you can put in a gender if you wish. That's not required. We can go and hit save or save add another if you want to add more. But obviously, whenever we have rosters, we might have 30, 40, 50, 80 players on a roster. So if you have a file, you actually can use a file to upload your roster to complete entering all those users instead of entering them one by one. Let me show you how to do that right now. So if you go to the home screen of the PressBox Stats website, pressboxstats.com, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom, and you'll find a help section down here under information. On the help page, I'm on the dev website. Let me just get the real website up here real quick. So on the real website, you'll see the help content here. So let's go down here to help. And then right here, can I upload a roster from a file? And the answer is yes, you can. We did plan on having Excel. It was working for a while, but there was one bug, but we still have the CSV template that's working for you right now. So what you want to do is you want to copy this link for the CSV template. And then if you just open up a new tab and go to that link, it should download that file for you. So it's going to be roster.csv. I'm going to go ahead and just download right here. It's fine. So I'm going to download that roster.csv, and I'm going to open up that file. It can't open up, if you have Excel, it can open up in Excel, which is very handy. And what you'll see here is we have a couple templated players. I'll also show you too, if you're not sure what a CSV is, it's actually just a text file. So if I were to go into my downloads and I were to right click on this file, I can edit it in a text editor, I guess. And you see the name of the columns that are here. And then you would see all the different values here separated by a comma. A comma separated is what the CSV stands for. So really, you can still open it up in Excel like this, but when you save it, it saves it in that format, and that's what the website needs. Just to give you an idea, maybe technically behind the scenes, what's happening here. So anyway, I download the CSV, I open it in Excel. So now what I can do is I can essentially have my roster on one tab, which I've already pre-populated my roster for you. And I can delete these three players over here. And I'm just going to copy my players over into this template because I know the template works. So I'm going to copy over the template, and I'm just going to save this file. You could save it as whatever you want. I'm just going to save it as roster.csv. So those are all my players right there. Now I'm going to go back to the website. So come back over here to the website and go back to my teams. And then under here, I'm going to choose Disney. And here, I'm going to go to my roster, and there's an upload roster button right here. If I hit upload roster, I will go to where my file is. I'll go to downloads and then roster.csv and hit open. And all the players appear on your roster. That's all you have to do. And if you ever want to delete a player, you could. If you want to edit a player, you can edit a player as well, whether it's jersey number or name or position. But that's how you enter a roster. And one more common question that I do get is, excuse me, can I enter a roster for my opponent? So obviously during live scoring, if a player's not on a roster when you're doing live scoring of a game, you can always add a player. So if you hit add select passer and the quarterback isn't in the list, you can hit add player. And all it requires you to do during live scoring is just enter the number of the player. So that way it's faster. If you don't want to enter the name in, just enter the number. But it's always better if you can enter it beforehand. So me as a statistician, I always talk to our athletic director, or maybe I email the opposing athletic director asking for a football roster so I can enter it in before the game so that we're prepared. We have everything in there ready to go. So if you wanted to do that, what you would do, let's say you did have an opposing roster, you would have on your games on the schedule here. And let's say we're playing setting test. That's the team we're playing right here. Hit the game info button right here. And on the game info screen, Excuse me. We're in a dev environment, so it's a little bit slow today. So on the edit game screen here, there's an opponent rosters button. So if I go to opponent rosters button, there's an upload roster, and this is the exact same thing that it was on my team when I uploaded this. So I'm going to upload the same roster here and hit open, and you'll see it did the exact same thing. So I'll go ahead and hit save. And now let's go back in the setting test and we'll see what it did. Go back to opponent rosters, and now boom, you have all those players there, and all of those players are accessible during your game. Well, that is all that we need to go through today for the rosters. Hope you enjoyed the video.